that thought. There's Voodoo holding the disc. It's Chrome Platypus, their first couple points. So today, 15-11, still in favor of Kang, but man, is that difference. And whoa, a shot by Strumbitsky just got me all in a tongue-tied. Kang lately has had a lot of close ones, and it's hard to see, or hard to say which one we're gonna get from Kang. As another pass goes out this time. Game.
That early turnover after that offensive joust from Kang, and then Kang just shutting him down in the bubble, and then getting another opportunity here, bringing it in, and it is Mad with the two. Very quick to move down there, and that was their only opportunity as when they made that second attack. Kang shut him down, and then Kang again in the bubble there, just doing absolutely
was able to win the game for Kang. And it's kind of an interesting story as Loveridge goes for a pass, delivered, and there you go. It's going to be 7-4 for Kangarillas. The cutoffs here from Kang. The defense just insane.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And the players passing is phenomenal. As we see another one there.
The shot, but you know what? It's gonna be a factor here today as they go in for another 2-point play, and this one is Kangarillas. This time Seal, assisted by the aforementioned.
Challenge, a pass coming to a player that was fairly far away from goal, so he doesn't get the grab on it, leaving that goal open for that shot. And then Sealable again off the backboard there from. That's got to be
trouble, and in fact, it is Game. Just stunning out Mad, getting the clear, getting a shot, and it is a 3 from deep, and it's a 3-point match. What a fence!
I mean, you cannot compare this game to pub, because even with both teams' defense shutting down, doing a really good job of disrupting lanes.
Look at that! That is nothing pub about that! The shot just might be on line as it goes deep and just dings off that top post. Voodoo trying to headbutt it out, taken back here by Strumbitsky. Right back again and again, and a slam dunk for 17-9. Yeah, Strumbitsky, as much as anyone always says, it's almost good when Kang loses the first round because it wakes him up. So we'll see what happens there. Is look at that good coordination game, getting the stun on the pass right there. Good dive from Grumpiest Broom, takes it, clears it, but into the waiting hands of Loveridge. Finds Mad, very, very, very close quarters passing, but there is danger close. It's Strumbitsky. Now Strem being the last recipient of the pass before the shot. Going in for a shot, but losing the disc again here. Looks like attempting to shield, and now he'll still find the goal as a matter of fact. So food involved here, so Kangarillas are the one with the launch, are the one with the 1-on-1. See if Strem can get it done. He does. And right there, but a very tough angle, almost directly vertical from the goal. So he had to almost look overhead to get that one in, but look at the dunk. Nice recognition game to Voodoo.
There's no room for error in this game at all whatsoever.
So that's going to be a soft pass up the game, just finding it, but look at the good grab from Mad. Last possible second, he saves it. So boosting for it, Strem has it taken away by Game. He's going to go for another one, and that is gorgeous from Game. He is turning up right now, lighting the goal. He's loose, grabs, and he still just finds the concentration to hit these perfect shots. But now a rebound here by Flair, and they're going to go up by some more. It's Chrome.
Another goal, and just couldn't get the grab on it, and then a great stun there from, I believe that was Grumpy to get that one on the bubble, but then, yeah, ooh is
right now acting even faster off a shot, couldn't quite make it, but a rebound will go to Loveridge, so that at least get the 2 for consolation. 4 minutes left, and it's still mighty close.
Get the 2, and they're now back within 5.
Yeah, and going in for a quick shot. Who was it? Was it Game? It was Game. He's insane, and he is just sealable bag. However, gonna roll up 3 different Kangos, trying to bother Grumpiest Broom, running interference and finding the 2. Pull from the sides or the top and bottom angles, so he's having a hard time with those angles, but getting tangled now with the punches. Doesn't matter. Grumpiest Broom is there for a delivery, and that's an 8-point lead now. And another pass, but that is a slightly too strong. Still, though, Matt is there for the rebound, and another attempt here for Strem and Co. as they go for the 3. 18-13, delay them an extra couple. Precious time kind of going off the clock, being drained, but going for another 3 on another stun. There, going deep for that shot will be had here by Game, and Game will put this one away off of what was almost really close. There was a bounce in there off the Geo, so kind of had to almost panic get rid of it once he received it back. But off the back, speaking of, who else but Game? because there's Game. He gets the disc right back. There's going to be probably a shot attempt there. He's going for it. That's going to bounce a little low perhaps, so Voodoo will put it home just to guarantee the goal, and that's 4-point do so it will be right back to Game. He's gonna put it away from that upper angle, and right now Kango's starting to feel that heat from with the opening 20 minutes.
Not just in the opening.
Even this, the misread on the disc, like just the rhythm all out of balance, but luckily they do get the goal, courtesy of Mad, assisted by Love. 3 times it, and right back to another pass, shouldering it, and trying to just shoulder this load, and it's going to be sealed, but finally, after that assist from Stretch, just enough to get them feeling a little bit normal again, and normalize right there, going for the shots, but Grumpiest Broom sweeping down, cleaning up and finding, look at that Chrome, perfect defense on Loveridge to cut off the lane.
And now we have another speed boost there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness, Leverage. So both of these...
Just missing the hands of the mid lane. So Loveridge from the bottom has some options. Goes for the shot. Oh, it somehow gets it, and it's a 1-point lead with less than 2 minutes. Recovered by Voodoo. The gentlest of pass outs over there. Trying not to pass out from all this anxiety as Voodoo does get the shot. Great look, assisted by Winner. So we'll go to Seal. Oh, it loses it off the stun there. One more. Strembitsky trying to find it, and into the... All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Back here again with another game on this Sunday afternoon / evening. We have Illuminaughty versus Orbit. The return of Illuminaughty coming off hot on that win against Flare. And just the 2 rounds. And facing off a team here in Orbit, coming off a good victory just the other day against Tint. So there is no team, that is to say. So I'm Palidore, being joined here by Caption on the desk, and we're about getting ready to go, but how you doing, Caption?
I am doing mighty fine. Obviously, a really great game we've seen last time, so seeing if Illuminaughty can take a little bit of that momentum, bring it over here in their game against Orbit, as we're just about to have the jousts roll out here. Illuminaughty, once again, doing just an absolutely ridiculous job on this joust. They're going to be able to cross that one over to Suburban. Suburban going to get that to QL, going to drop that off for Ender. Ender giving that one back to Speedy. Really taking this one slow this time around as they get really good quality passes. It's Ender going to go for that backhand, unfortunately just hitting that post. Speedy, to be able to recover that though, has Suburban hanging off that shield. They're going to give it to him, and a great 2 points to start off this round, Palidore.
Yeah, I was almost hoping the Illuminaughty would have scored that first one off the joust, just because on that last stream I had accidentally left my little test overlay up, but they pretty much ran an identical rollout there for a Suburban score in the game versus Flare. And it's just the audience didn't get to see it. But nonetheless, some very efficient passing, just working all the way around the Orbit defense to eventually find it. But yeah, over here we'll be back to Illuminaughty, it seems like, as they tap it back, and self-passive of sorts to QL down to Ender. And Ender, who was lighting it up with against Flares, looking to maybe do the same here on Orbit.
And this is the Illuminaughty we love to see, just really crisp in their boosts, really crisp in their passes, really crisp in their shots, just playing really crisp, I think I would say, as they're able to get another 3 points going out and just playing just extraordinarily well in all regards.
No, you mean crisp.
They're playing extraordinarily crisp, that's it.
Yeah, but definitely Illuminaughty, obviously talented team, preseason champions. They've been having their ups and downs this season, but maybe starting to turn it around here as we go midway, getting that mid-season form. Looks to be the case as QL, not only a punch, but even a slap out, it looked like, as a Suburban Legend gets the clear here, and off into the other side it will go, but nicely played by Illuminaughty.
Yeah, and absolutely zero fatigue showing for Illuminaughty after their last game here. Just a ridiculous save from QL, and he's been doing that for the past 30 minutes to an hour. As we're gonna get some more passing going on here. A back pass gonna be sent as that man on the cross was covered. So man over at Bowtie now, they're gonna try to leech that defender out, give that to Speedy, get that behind the goal, and QL from behind gonna be able to put that in off the feed from the speed.
Feed from the speed, and with a little bit of greed. QL Young, though, will be very agreeable on that shot, and just like a good angle to take it from near that backboard area. Anytime those passes go in that general vicinity, the goalie never does have a very long time to really line up and kind of reset his self on defense. So it's good when you can get those passes off, and QL, he's a fan of that general area. As it is. But Sneaky takes this one over to the barrier, and nice dodge by Zenith. He jumps up above to dodge the defense, playing a little Matador almost, and gets it right on the goalie.
Yeah, and unfortunately for QL, looked like he could have jumped that one out, but just didn't get to that disc right in time. It looked like his hand was almost in the right spot, but Zenith, regardless, going to be able to put that one in the goal.
So Illuminaughty rolling out for the first time on the offensive advantage. They will manage to get a string of passes, but cut off nicely by Sneaky.
Yeah, you're going to see Ender and Suburban here now trying to group up to go ahead and challenge this, and really fast. Zenith didn't see it coming. Fortunately for him, though, still going to be able to get that one over in the tunnel, of course, to Blenders. But Ender going to go ahead, take a shot off that steal, just going to ding it off the top of the post. Disc is going to be loose. We're going to see this side of Orbit almost be able to recover that, but he's going to get stunned out. But still, Orbit with possession there, going to get that one across over to Sneaky.
All right, so it's wiping the sweat off the brow a bit there, staved off any chance of a score. If Orbit can come back on the defense, maybe cut off some lanes, which they typically, against most teams, they're known for doing very well. So that one goes very close, and Speedy unable to get it, so slapped through to the midline to Zenith, who now gets a clear possible shot attempt off the ramp.
Yeah, and a good read here from Speedy to see where that bounce was going, as he's able to recover that one and send this one down. It's really almost a battle of the long passes or the battle of the clears right now, as both teams really trying to stretch the length of this arena with their fast boosting. And as I say this, Speedy going to get possession right as that boost comes on him. He's going to be able to get that one cleared out. And again, right in the side of Blenders. And Blenders going to dodge one man, get that pass all the way up to One Scoop. One Scoop now looking to see if he can get Sneaky across on the cross, and that's what's going to happen. That back and forth passing, unfortunately, going to be cut off by that block.
I think this pacing right now, granted it's slowing down a little bit on this play, but you mentioned a moment ago the back and forth across the arena. That kind of pace, even though Illuminaughty does like to play it slow, I think favors them more. And I'll explain why in a second, but Sneaky Evil is going to try for a scorer to a low momentum, no momentum, Zenith. And that's a almost famous kind of go-to Orbit play at this point. Sometimes they get braked by their actual breaks. Sometimes it's just a stun, but they love going for those passes to standstill players near the goal.
Yeah, and I mean, why not? As you get a good look and you're stationary, so you don't have to fight against your momentum. So stationary with a good look, why not just take a shot, and why not try to get those opportunities? Opportunity for QL Young going to be taken away by the Bowtie there, but he is going to get that one across to Speedy.
And now rolling back into the front line, trying to catch him off balance. Some passes now, Ender back and forth with Suburban. The two-man game, just missing that last pass here. Might have a chance at it off a short-range leech from Speedy with the handoff to Q and back to Ender. But again, a mishandle on that disc. So I have a couple of those in a row right there. Getting a bit astray and in disarray, but now making the play. Speedy V finds the 2, and it's a 9-4 lead here for Illuminaughty.
Yeah, and in that case, just a great heads-up play by Ender, as he was pretty much smothered all over, got that block up, but slapped it right back over to Speedy. Speedy just hanging out on that bow tie with that great cut pass, so a really good look and a good goal here coming from Speedy.
Speedy, the just quintessential teammate. QL Young, the quintessential teammate. But, yeah, Speedy always, I felt, one of the I guess, most underrated players in a sense across the seasons. I mean, he's just an unbelievably skilled player in so many aspects, and with a team play, fits in every team he's been in. He's played whatever role he needs to play. Right there making a play, it's Zenith from One Scoop's assist. But just got to give a shout out to Speedy, because a lot of obviously in these casts, we got a heavy focus on the offensive players or the ones right in goal getting the big saves, but sometimes getting lost along the way are the very crucial team players who come in and just do their role to perfection. Maybe not the the most frequent scorers all the time or defenders in the goal, but they just they're absolutely crucial to their team's success. So Speedy, Suburban, applies to them. Blender's over on Orbit as well, always playing the mid line. But anyways, yes, getting off this pedestal now, and it's your turn, Caption.
No, I think it was more the fine thing to say is one scoop here is going to go ahead and take this one up, but a back pass going to end up in the hands of Zenith. Zenith now bringing that over to Sneaky. Sneaky trying to drop that one up, but QL Young going to be there to stop that one away as he's going to get that one cleared out, and the block is going to be able to stop that punch. So Speedy now going to be able to send that one all the way up to Suburban. Suburban, a great pass to Ender, but unfortunately just missing off his hands as that intercept almost coming out from Blenders, but finally going to come out from one scoop as he gets this one all the way down the field with these boosts. Going to be coming out, but unfortunately just going to hit that shield. Still recovered here from Orbit, but a save coming from Ender out of nowhere from the back of the goal as Orbit once again going to be able to recover this one.
Oh man, Ender with a grab there. I was about to comment too. Ender's had a few of those missed grabs on the offense, but yet getting the absolutely great grab on the defense there, saving it out of the shot. So well played there from Ender, but one scoop, and Orbit still have a chance. Zenith has it stolen by Ender, so there you go. Offensively, maybe missing a few. Defensively, Ender is right on line right now, just like that shot from Suburban.
Yeah, and a great play, of course, like you mentioned, Ender a couple of times in the offensive their offensive play was missing a couple of those grabs, but I think he more than made up with it with 2 grabs on defense there to make that play happen and get 3 points going for his team to now make that lead 6 points with only a minute and a half left.
So 12-6, and with that said, Illuminaughty going to be the favored ones in this match in general, but Orbit really holding their own for sure. Unable to do anything against Suburban there. Burbs getting another hit, 2 in a row as the goalie there was stunned out, so good team play. But yeah, I still got to give props to Orbit despite the fact that Illuminaughty will come ahead in this round most likely. It's still good showing from Orbit, who is definitely capable of some serious, I don't know if you'll call them upsets. I mean, again, they were top 4 last season going into the playoffs, but still, just continuing to impress and be one of those X-Factor teams in this league.
Yeah, and as you see that Zenith coming in all the way around, but Suburban Legend again coming with a fantastic save. And now we're going to have Orbit once again try to stretch the field. They got a pass going on there. It's going to be one-on-one as he goes down, but a great stun coming out from Team Illuminaughty as that's going to stop any pressure they had there, get that one cleared out. And Orbit once again getting their boost right there and fast back to recover as they move this one back up the field.
So 20 seconds left. Illuminaughty looking to maybe score one more time, but either or they've got this one in the pocket as Speedy drops it off to Suburban. So Burbs, the deep cross, just missing Ender there. But again, not really a factor this time. Doesn't matter because he had the good defensive hands. Offensively, maybe just a little bit off on some of these catches, but whatever the case, he was on fire the last match versus Flair, and as a whole team, Illuminaughty good for this first round win.
All right, and going on to the stats there, Suburban Legend, actually, speak of the devil, is leading the way in the scoring with 7 points. He also picked up a save to his name, as we see near the end of that game. What a great save it was with 10 stuns. Going off the rest of his team, relatively closer stats, Speedy and QL both with 2 points. Ender hitting that 3-pointer, and everyone except for Suburban pretty much having an assist on their names, Speedy and Ender having 2. A save for Ender, QL, and Suburban, and 2 steals going to the side of Ender. Over on the side of Orbit, the lone scorer with 6 points is going to go into the hands of Zenith with those 3 great 2-pointers. Zenith also picking up a stun, a steal, and 19 stuns, sorry. One scoop, grabbing an assist to his name with only 9 stuns. Blenders, 10 stuns. Of course, getting a lot of those interceptions. That isn't a recorded stat, but do take notice of him getting around there, of course, playing very far back and into the hands of Sneaky. 2 assists, 12 stuns, but a lot of passing and a lot of back passing again coming from Orbit. So everyone working across that disc. As you do see in possession time, 3 minutes 21 seconds going to Orbit. Really close though, 3 minutes 11 seconds to Illuminaughty, but we are going to get into the second round here.
Maybe. There is a player who just dropped as the countdown went off. Oh, I take it back. He must have just gone into spectator. Oh, but doesn't matter.
We're still going to get a rematch.
We're still going to get the rematch, but all right. Well, so our stats will be wiped in that case, but right back to the rematch. I can only assume because of the quick reconnect. It was only about 10 seconds there, so it happened just as the countdown started. So I imagine it might have been a spec thing, but Either that or just really fast rejoin. So apologies for that. Going to have a real quick restart, and we're yeah, gonna get right back to it in a moment.
Accidentally hit like multiple buttons on the terminal, so we're good now.
There you go. Confirmation.
Seems like someone
Confirmation.
just having a little bit too much fun hitting buttons.
It just happened.
It happens. It's true. Okay, so
Sometimes those buttons are shiny.
eye shiny. Anyway, it will be a second round start here, so we're gonna get that right back to you soon. I guess. I suppose. Oh yeah, off the restart. Okay, so that's the second time I hit the little animation badge, but I always forget. When you do a restart, you're still going to get that 40-second or so, or 1 minute long intermission, I should say. So, still another delay, and you're going to get to see that round 2 badge for a third time just because I want to. I want to see what Orbit does here, though, to adjust a bit. They did get those 6 points on the board against Illuminaughty, which, again, given the differential overall, I mean, 14-6, it's no small feat against a team, a championship caliber team like them, who have indeed won the preseason championship. And I know especially in the earlier half of that game, and really throughout a lot of that game, actually, I mentioned at some point, I never got back to my thought, how the pacing was really fast for a bit there, a lot of back and forth play, and I feel like, as I give you the round 2 badge one more time, Twitch, I feel like that does lend an advantage to Illuminaughty, because Orbit is so used to playing blenders in that deep back line and kind of having a chance to organize themselves a little bit and get those back passes frequently. But since it was so back and forth, as this pass goes to QL on the backboard area, and there's that rollout from Illuminaughty. That's 3 consecutive rounds dating back to that Flare match. They've had just a incredibly fast rollout.
Yeah, and I just want to say, this kind of rollout they almost run this every time. It's the one rollout you almost want to leave a goalie back on, because it's just high, like really fast pressure. They get that pass going off there, and they get it right to the backboard. Oh, and unfortunately, a missed disc here, and they're going to be able to get that Speedy taking it, but he's going to ding the disc over to the hands of Suburban. Maybe a take 2 here as a goalie does get a stun out, and Suburban going to take that 2-pointer.
All according to plan, ladies and gents. They got it eventually. Just wanted to pad the stats a little bit. Get some assists in there, rebound, even though we don't count rebound stats on the stat sheet, but it's a thing. So no worries. They got this.
All right, this offensive rollout going to come out for the side of Orbit here. A really, really quick and aggressive stun going to come out. Suburban looking to get that one up, but Blender is going to drop out of nowhere to get that steal and in to the hands of Zenith, who tries to get that one across just for clear, but it's going to find the hands of Speedy. Speedy now going to be trying to send that one down, and all the way down it's going to go. As you were mentioning earlier, this fast offense that Illuminaughty can pull off is going to pay off, as for somehow all 4 players back, but QL Young, the lone warrior, is going to be the one to pick that one up. Ender now looking to sneak this one up. QL getting a pass off over in the hands of Suburban, into the hands of QL. QL going down, but just going to miss off the goal. Ender may be able to recover this.
So take 2 yet again here, as they will reset. Ender having it taken away by Sneaky and cleared. There's the immediate boost from Orbit. Looks like it was Q who was there to dole out some punches to at least interrupt the stack partially, and it will indeed get the disc back in the possession of Illuminaughty, up by 4 already, just a couple minutes into round 2, looking to do another one off that almost score, but will be dung off the pole. Ding, dunged, and dang, says Illuminaughty, as they do go for the 3rd attempt here on the intercept.
Yeah, and this 3rd attempt gonna rain down all the way down to the bottom, but Suburban gonna be able to beat everyone else there and get that 2 pointers coming from that great clear. And again, this is what we were saying a lot today, is just they're able to put that disc where they want it to go and call that boost to go catch it.
Yeah, and the thing is, Illuminaughty is, I'd say more often than not, a somewhat slower paced team. Like, they do appreciate those extra passes and kind of backing it out and finding their lanes. But they are very, very well capable of the speed and just going back and forth and finding those boosts faster than most teams as well. So they can really do a little bit of it all, as Speedy's going to go for nothing but the wall.
I don't quite know what happened there, and I don't know if Speedy knows what happened there either, but clear is going to come out from Orbit, end up all the way in the other side, as that boost from Orbit's going to come out really fast. Zenith going to be able just to put that one in really nice and easy with no pressure.
And there were some punches on some of the stacks, multiple stacks in the back line. Couldn't tell you who it was, but you can see it a little bit on the replay. So it really enabled a Sneaky there to get that goal pretty much wide open. And it's just a 4-point match here in round 2, 6.5 remaining.
Yeah, and Illuminaughty still looking pretty hot here as they're going to go ahead and get their rollout. Ender going to get stunned out, but not before he gets that one over to Suburban. Suburban, a nice pass over to Speedy. Oh man, that was tough for no reason, and a great pass going into Ender though. Ender going to be able to take that one in real close to the goalie and just kind of toss it in.
Yeah, got that from Speaky, who just managed to squeak on by. Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
That guy with the speed. But Ender getting the score there, coming off again. A really nice match against Flair earlier on. And all in all, I mean, even throughout preseason and into Season 1, Ender's always been one of the higher scorers on average in this league. Very strong with the offense. Right here, though, Orbit looking to go with their offense. That's some nice passing here from Orbit. A good little duck through, a great pass out and in. That was a thing of beauty from the Orbit boys.
What an amazing showcase of passing there. That pass almost straight up to the ceiling, just that inner pass, and then another extra pass. That was a lot of passes, and that's what happens when you get those crisp passes. I keep saying crisp, but they are, as it ends up in the back of the goal.
Yeah, and Illuminaughty, well, trying to burn all these teams to a crisp today if they can. But yeah, that was a really nice play from Orbit. They're holding on to a little too long. So Zenith gets a punch, gets a little bit of boosting. That was gotta appreciate that again. I'll go back to that in a second because right now there's a shot that's saved by one scoop. I want to point out to players less experience, even that little sequence right before the shot. Go back to that and just notice all the leeches and the discipline on not punching. It's going to result in a goal attempt that's just grabbed out of there by Ender. But that is the level of play I'm talking about, the nuanced play that you don't always see or notice at first. But it is so important to separate yourself, between the high level and mid level and beyond.
That's definitely a notable point for everybody there, as this pass is going to go over into the hands of Zenith. Zenith going to get stunned out, but Sneaky going to be able to have the possession of this disc before anything, and a lot of room to play with. But QL now finally comes over to him. Blenders now sitting in the back, going to be able to move that one over to Zenith. Zenith dropping that one all the way to the bottom of the goal from more than the top. A great shot from Zenith.
And going to the perfect spot there, as we often see these high-level teams and teams in general try to prioritize. Anytime you get those backboard passes, it's going to get you a higher chance look than normal. Now, of course, the tricky part is managing to get those passes through there. But if you do, it's a good look. All right, there's Zenith again, grabbing it away here. Luckily, Q is already in the back, waiting to just guard off the goal. But Orbit back on offense.
Yeah, and a great grab coming from Zenith, but Speedy gonna be in the way of that, but doesn't matter. Zenith gonna go ahead and take that one back as he passes this one back to Sneaky, and Sneaky all the way back down to Blenders, getting their passing game going strong here, as Blenders now looking to get this one back over to the top to one scoop though. Gonna get punched out, and looks like he almost got that disc cleared out for the other team, but they're gonna get this one back, try to get that one back. It's going to end up back into the hands of actually Blenders, as it missed all of the Illuminati's players' hands. Blenders going to be able to get that pass over to Sneaky. Sneaky going off the roof once more, a little back and forth, but QL going to be there to headbutt that relatively away. Ender, though, getting that slap and finally getting that pressure away, as boost sprays is going to come out and happen, and it's going to be stolen over on the side of Orbit.
That was some great defense from Illuminaughty to cause this turnover and give him a chance at offense. That's what I talked about. If you're not letting Orbit get the time to really line up those back passes frequently and to calm down a little bit and playing aggressive on them like that, good way to just keep them off balance and off their game a bit. So Illuminaughty here trying to get back on balance for a look at the goal. Enders, this shield, but it will be off the bodies of the Orbit players. Still back to Illuminaughty, and that's another story this match so far. The rebounds for Illuminaughty, the multiple attempts.
Yeah, definitely, like I've been saying, even last game, an absolute onslaught of shots, as that stun is going to go off from one scoop, get Ender out, but again, that Illuminaughty player just going to be in the perfect spot, and QL going to be able to pick that up and get that across, alleviating all this pressure, and a cut into Ender, but unfortunately Ender just going to be missing that, so it's going to go back in the hands of Orbit, but Illuminaughty again going to pick it up, and Speedy going to be able to slap that in off the backboard. An unfortunate turn of events for Orbit, as 3 points is going to go to the side of Illuminaughty.
And Speedy, enough time to to shave in between that goal going in. That was a very slow float into it, but there was just enough time because of the off-balance defense there everywhere but the inside of the goal.
And great recognition from Speedy. I don't know if he was just trying to get the disc out of his hand or if he was purposely taking that shot. But recognizing that that goal is open regardless and putting it towards that place is sometimes that's just what happens. You put it towards the goal and it just ends up being a goal. But here, looks like we're going to have Orbit trying to do the same thing, but unfortunately just going to be missing the hand of Sneaky, and Ender once again being able to get that block off as he sends that all the way over, as this boost from Illuminaughty going to come in really hot, going for that angled three-pointer, but just missing behind the goal. But again, Illuminaughty going to be able to recover this and set up for another offensive attempt, as Ender has that cross pass, but going to be cut off by the side of Orbit. Zenith trying to get that one out. Not quite going to happen there, though.
That was a nice cutoff by Zenith playing the mid lane. That's kind of at this point, I mean, 1 minute left, 11-6, Illuminaughty feeling in control. So we'll see what Orbit can do, but at the moment, Speedy maybe looking for one more assist down to Burbs. They jump, these shots, and they are popping off here late game to take this one a 2-0 on the series. Perhaps Illuminaughty going to sweep here on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and it's a great pass, actually, I want to mention, from Ender. That first pass getting all the way up to Speedy, just clearing that initial bow tie and like really just threading the needle to get it to him that allowed that play to begin.
And so that joust there for Orbit, not quite there, but the time also none to spare. So can't really come back here, can only hope to stave off one more goal on defense as Q rolls in, backs out, and 9 seconds left. See what they do.
Yeah. And this, if they're, I believe, Illuminaughty just going to be able to play this one slow. Yep, Speedy just falling all the way back to secure their 13-6 win in a very impressive match coming from both teams. Of course, a 2-0 sweep for Illuminaughty and a 4-0 sweep for tonight in back-to-back games. So Illuminaughty got to be feeling really nice after this, after the recent struggles.
Yeah, definitely. So, as I said, as we get into this mid-season, we're going to start seeing these teams and just seeing where they're at, you know, their mid-season form. There's a lot of teams in this league, including at the very high top level, master level, that have, you know, gotten off to slow starts. But we've seen more and more just over the course of the season how fast that can change. It's really just week to week, month to month, anything can and does happen. So Illuminaughty, the preseason champions, seeing if they can make a mid to late season comeback here and start getting right back up there in the fight to maybe get it one more time and defend it.
For sure, and it's definitely going to be a really great thing to watch, and I'm pretty sure we were all in the tree for a couple of games tonight. But going into these stats, final possession time, well, I guess for me at least, check the stream.
Yeah, got all the stuff on the stream there for you guys now, so it's still kind of a work in progress by the by, but yes, that's, if you notice after rounds and when I quickly go to the scoreboard and quickly go to the team stats for you viewers in Twitch, that's me doing a little screenshot and quick screenshot just to capture the moment before people all peace out, which tends to happen rather often, as people might have noticed. So, got the full stats now.
Going into the team stats, so that's the one thing I can retain for here, at least for this game, because there was a reset.
Yeah, I was going to say the reset. I forgot about that almost.
Yeah, there was a reset after the first one. So at least for this game, heavily favoring the side of Illuminaughty and the side of possession. 3 minutes and 43 seconds, 2 minutes and 45 going over for Orbit. Shots 7-3 again in the side of Illuminaughty. Assists 5-3, but with the higher scoring, of course, more assists are going to happen. 1-2 in saves actually favoring Orbit, and stuns just about even, 36-38. Going over to your player stats, as you can all see. You had Suburban once again leading the way for points in the game with 6 points. He also had 8 stuns to his name. QL with the 2 points with an assist. Ender coming with 2, 2, and 1. And Speedy coming with 3 points, 2 assists. Over on the side of Orbit, Blenders and 1 Scoop not getting any points, but Sneaky and Zenith both combining for 6. Sneaky getting 4 and Zenith getting 2. Assists 1 apiece for everyone but Sneaky there, but Sneaky coming away with a save along with 1 Scoop also coming with a save.
Yeah, so the favor was going to Illuminaughty, but Orbit, again and again, they've proven over time just to be a team that you can't underestimate. Again, against, I mean, Illuminaughty here, that differential, 14-6, 13-6, that's not anything to be, I think, disappointed about or upset about if you're on Orbit, or if you're a viewer, if nothing else, it's something to be impressed about, because we saw how Illuminaughty performed not that long ago, an hour ago, against a Flare. We've seen how Illuminaughty's just been performing in general lately. They had a successful week last week as well, and they're starting to just find their stride. So for Orbit to come in against a master tier team, high gold or master tier team, defending champion team, and be able to do what they did, it's still something, you know, to respect and, you know, give them some applause for, give them credit for. And it would not be surprising again to see Orbit once more be that X Factor team going into late season and potentially causing some upsets. Just unfortunately for them, it will not be the case tonight. But speaking of tonight, we do have one more match coming up for you in a little bit, starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Time or 8 p.m. Central, as a lot of North Americans typically default by, hence why I go to it. It's Infinite versus Kangarillas. Sir Dimmy was on earlier talking about that rivalry, and also Dimmy putting out that video for the Sunday overviews. And yeah, just Infinite and Kangarillas, very similar to Team Joker and Kangarillas, where it's one of those kind of rivalries developing. The Joker Kango, more of an old school rivalry that's just carried on for multiple seasons across 3 different leagues now, including Pizza League. Meanwhile, for Infinite, formerly known as Synapse, a bit of a newer rivalry being developed between them and their top players and their teams, but always entertaining matchups for sure. So we'll be very, very excited to cast that starting in 1 hour and 30 minutes from now to end our Week 8. So with that said, anything else you want to get off your chest, or any more crispiness you want to bestow upon the world? Or shall we break off for the meantime?
I think all the crispiness can be saved for 8 o'clock Mountain Time.
Ooh,
I mean Central Time.
Central.
That was fine.
That'll be a crispy
I
game.
seen,
You're right.
It will be crispy.
All right. Well, looking forward to all that crisp, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for joining us over on Twitch, or on the VODs, or on YouTube, or wherever you may be as you watch this. I've been Palidore, that's been Caption. This has been VRML Season 1, Week 8, and we'll be back real soon with your next game. But until then, have a good afternoon, evening, night. Take care, be healthy, be safe, and yes, we'll see you again real soon.
Wash your hands.